Welcome back to Navigating Your Corporate Career. This is part two for Middle Managers, session one of two, presented by myself, Christopher Lewis. So let's share the screen now and we'll go through the presentation. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Check out my LinkedIn page, www.linkedin.com/in/ChrisLewisTT to find out more about my corporate management experience. Our first segment is assess, learn, focus, and speak up. Remember, this session is addressed to middle managers. I would suggest at this stage, if we haven't done so already, do a career assessment. Are you where you wanted to be at this time? Are you using the skills that you would like to use in your current position? How do you measure up in terms of meeting your key performance indicators, commonly referred to as KPIs, for let's say the last 5 years? Are you enjoying your job? Does your job or career match your vision for what your career growth and advancement should be at this stage? How is the work-life balance? If your answer is no to most of these questions, as a first step, have a conversation with your supervisor or the HR department, and maybe there's a better fit elsewhere in the company where you can be placed, or training gaps can be identified and support given to help you to improve, or perhaps changes can be made within your current job to mitigate any concerns. If this first step does not work, then the second step will be to decide on a career move. It's important in your current position to be a continuous learner. You never know enough, you never know too much. And we're living in the digital age where it is relatively easy to do research. You have all sorts of sources on the internet. More knowledge translates into capability, and it translates into your adding more value to the organization that you are with. You can acquire useful knowledge and guidance from anyone within your organization. Don't focus on the status of the person giving you the advice or generating the ideas. Examine each idea on its own merit, and if valid, absorb and adapt. Focus on why you are in the job position that you are in. Remember the prime objective of the particular job for which you were hired and have a laser focus on that. It is very easy to be distracted by the urgent matters of the day, and every day may have a different urgency. So while you may need to address unplanned issues, do not lose focus on your prime objective. Keep a written track of your progress regarding your prime objective, and if there's a shortfall, ensure that you have a plan in place to meet any deadlines or targets. This will not happen by guess. In this segment, I want to talk a little bit about being confident as a middle manager. Let your voice be heard. As you progress up the corporate ladder, you will face challenges from your peers, from your bosses, from management, from the board. It is very important that you express yourself clearly and politely at all times so your viewpoint can be heard and can be considered. If standards may need to be set them and set them high. Don't be embarrassed to say, I don't know, I don't understand. Because how else will you learn if you don't ask a question? Questions often clarify meaning and interpretation. Different people could hear the same set of information and draw very different conclusions. Project success is more likely if there's a common understanding among team members. Questions often lead to better solutions. So be part of the solution by asking the right questions. Remember, only a fool knows everything. Don't be scared. You can do it. Sometimes you are faced as a middle manager in a situation where you are asked to lead a new area that perhaps you have not done before, and you may be unfamiliar with that field. So you wonder, you doubt yourself whether you can do it. But if you've been asked, it's because someone sees something in you, so you need to see the same thing in yourself. Chances are that you're competent enough to fulfill the role. Simply go for it. Ignore the naysayers. If you need to have additional training, well, sure, identify that and ask for it. But don't shy away from new challenges. The risk of failure, of course, is always present. But with failure, we learn from our mistakes and we move on to get better. Comfort zones can very easily turn into dead ends and gilded cages. So don't be stuck in your comfort zone. Break out of it. Job titles are just that, titles. They don't pay the rent. Focus on job content and your work environment. Will it add to your knowledge bank? Will it enhance your career prospects in terms of the knowledge that you have gained? The job title in itself is just a vanity project, in my opinion. It means nothing really. So don't lose out on long-term career goals or interests because of a job title that you don't like. Focus on what you are actually doing and the value that you bring to the company and to your career. So this is the end of session 1 of part 2, and I thank you for viewing. Look out for part 2, session 2, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.